Okay, so this is the eighth class on web technology, and what we have discussed so far is we have first understood what is the meaning of the internet. How does the internet work? We have a client and we have servers. Client is somebody who requests for resources. Servers respond. The server contains static and dynamic pages, documents. When a static page is requested, the server simply picks it up from the hard disk and then sends it to the client's machine. If a dynamic page is requested, the server first executes that and the result of the execution is sent to the client's machine. Okay, so we have seen all that. HTML is definitely a static document. It's a static page. So the moment you request it, the server will simply pick it up and send it to the client's machine. When it appears, when it comes to the client's machine, the browser takes it and displays it to the user. What is HTML? HTML is hypertext markup language, a language which contains a lot of tags, predefined tags. There are tags which are used by developers to design the web pages. Different types of tags are available. Many tags are available using which you can create attractive pages and develop websites. We have seen few tags. We have understood few tags like the center tag, the P tag, and so many we have seen how to place an image, how to place a link to go to from one page to another page. So we have seen all that in the previous classes. Now today what we are going to discuss is, in the last class we discussed about the directory structure of a website, and then after that the different ways of how you can address, how you can actually uh, yeah, how you can navigate from one page to another page using relative path and absolute path. We have seen that. Now what is the meaning of inline text elements? Inline text elements is what we have to study now. Inline text elements are those tags of HTML which are used to give more decoration to the text, Yesterday, in the yesterday's example, we have seen how the strong keyword works. How does the small keyword works? We have seen that yesterday. Strong, when we put, it displayed that a little bold. So whatever was put between the strong and the slash strong, okay, now I think the voice, there is some problem with the voice. 1 second, I'll just, because I'm not using headphones anymore. I don't know where they have got misplaced. That's why. Just now tell me whether it is clear now or what. Is my voice clear? Okay. So what I was telling is, we have studied some tags of HTML. Now we will be going further and studying some more tags of HTML so that we can design our web pages. We saw yesterday when we used the strong tag, when the strong tag was used in HTML, it displayed whatever was in between that a little bold. When we use the small tag, the small tag makes the text a little small, and so on. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of inline text elements? Inline text elements are those elements which will not cause a new line character to come. In the sense, whatever comes between the inline text elements like strong, time, small, when we use these tags, whatever the content is there between these tags will not be displayed in the new line. It will be in the same line continuously. So that's why you saw yesterday. I will just go to the D drive. If you remember, here we have a folder called as web. Inside this we have test.html. So when I double click on that, this is what is displayed to me. So I right click, I say I will open this with notepad. You can see that I've written second, the word second in strong. So this word second is displayed in the same line. This second is not displayed in the new line. So if I go to the output, you see that second here is displayed a little bold, but it doesn't display that in the new line. It is in the same line. That's why it is called as inline text elements. Inline text elements are those elements which will display the text in the same line without causing it to display it in the new line. It will not display the content in the new line. Like the paragraph tag, if you know, paragraph tag will display everything in a new line only. New paragraph starts. Okay. But inline tags are those tags which will display the content in the same line, okay, but with some effect. Strong will display it bold, small tag will display it a little small, and so on. So we have all together, it is written there that there are uh, over 30 of these elements. There are 30 inline text elements which will cause different effects. Small tag will display it a little small. Strong tag will display it a little strong, bold. Time tag is used for displaying time. Then like that, we have a lot of tags here. You can see we have a lot of tags here. Okay, we have the ABR tag, we have the site tag, we have the code tag, EM, mark, small, span, strong. These are all inline. These are all inline text elements. Okay, and they cause different types of effects on the text. I'm not going to take examples of all these and explain. It will take a long time. I would recommend you people to try this out yourself in your laptops. Please type a program, simple program you type, just like how I have typed it here. Okay, start with an HTML document like this, HTML. Okay, then you can have head tag, then you can have a body tag, then whatever tags you want in between, you can put it in the body tag, then slash body and slash HTML. This is how you write your HTML page. Please refer to this code, write your own code, and in between you can put, for example, here you can put the sixth word. This I'm going to put it in, let us say em tag. There's something called as an em tag, slash em tag. So you can try it like this. Okay, so sixth, I've written it in the em tag, so I've saved this. I go here, I refresh this. So when I refresh that, you can see sixth, the word sixth here has been displayed with a little emphasize. It has been displayed with a little emphasize, means it has come in italics. So the em tag will cause the text to be displayed a little italics. Okay, italics means a little slant, a little emphasis is given to that text, importance is given to that text. So that's why the em tag. Okay, so like this, all these tags here are there, the em tag, okay, the span tag, the small tag, the mark tag. Okay, and then a little display, a little information about what this tag does is also written here beside it. Okay, is written beside it, so you can also see that. And what I want to recommend you people is that the more you do it practically, the more better you will understand. Please remember that the more practically you do, the more better you will understand HTML. And for executing HTML in your laptop, you don't have to install any software. You don't have to install any runtime environment. Like in C programming, if you want to execute C programs, then you have to install a Turbo C. Okay, you have to install that software called as Turbo C or Developer C++ or Code Blocks. A lot of C runtime environments are there, okay, which will allow you to run your C programs. Similarly, if you want to run your Java programs, then you know that you have to install JDK in your laptop. If you want to run Python programs, then you need to install a Python runtime environment and so on. But for HTML, you don't have to install anything. If you have a browser, it is sufficient. Either Chrome or Firefox, any browser, if you have Internet Explorer, any browser if you have, it is sufficient for running your HTML programs. Just open Notepad, type this program like this, same, and then save it with extension .html, save it with extension give it some name and save it with extension .html. And then when you save it, please make sure that you save it in your folder somewhere, in the D drive or somewhere. You save it in the folder. Even if you want to create your HTML pages on the desktop, create a folder on the desktop, and in that folder only keep your images, your HTML pages and everything. Okay, once you have saved it in the folder, then it will appear like this. It will appear like this, test.html. Just double click on that. When you double click on that, automatically remember that your page executes. It opens in the browser only. All HTML pages open in the browser. So when you double click on that, automatically the browser will open, and in the browser it will show you your page. I recommend all of you to please write your own programs. Try these out. Okay, try these different things out. I have already given you the link of this textbook. Okay, this is on page number 78. This is on page number 78. Okay, this is page number 78. This is chapter 2, Introduction to HTML, and these are the different tags that I want you people to try out. Okay, so I hope this is clear. So I want everybody to please try these inline text elements. After that, the next thing that we are going to study is character entities. Okay, character entities is another very important topic from examinations point of view. Now, what is the meaning of this very small topic? It is very, very small topic. And why do we require character entities, and what is character entities? Remember, what we are studying is a new topic, a new concept called as character entities. Now, what is the meaning of this character entities? Now, the meaning of this character entities is that if at all you want to display some special characters on a web page, if you want to display some special characters on the web page, which normally you cannot display easily, for that we use character entities. Now, example. Now, let us say in my HTML page here, I want to display a less than sign or a greater than sign. Okay, something like this. I want to display a less than sign. Okay, or I want to display I just want to display a greater than sign. Okay, a less than sign and a greater than sign I want to display on my web page. That's it. I don't want anything else. Simple less than sign and greater than sign. Now, what you will think that it is easy, sir. What is there? There is nothing much in that. All that you have to do is you have to, let us say, if this is my web page, so I will remove all this now. I don't want this. Okay, I remove this, and in the body tag I will write the less than sign. Okay, and I save it. File, save it. Okay, let us say I want to display this less than sign. So you know that whatever is between the body tag and the slash body tag will get displayed as it is. For example, if I write welcome here, if I write welcome, file, save, if I go here, if I refresh this, welcome will get displayed. Okay, and then let us say I want to display 74453, some number if I want to display. So I save this, file, save. If I come to the browser, refresh, remember this also gets displayed. Okay, I want to display a comma, a dot, a slash, a hyphen, a plus sign, and all these special characters which are there. If I want to display that, so I can display that. File, save. If I come here, if I refresh, all the special characters also get displayed. No problem. Now, my question was, I'll come back to it. I want to display a simple less than sign. Okay, I want to display a less than sign like this. Now, file, save. I saved it. Now see what happens. In the body tag, I did not, there is nothing, only a less than sign, because I want to display only this on my web page. Okay, so file, okay, only this much I want to display. So file, save, I go to the browser, I refresh this. Okay, now you saw that there is this, for example, let us say I want to display the less than sign, plus I also want to something like the greater than sign. Okay, okay, now, less than and greater than, both I want to display. Oh my god, actually I was not expecting this to be displayed. Why? Because this was not possible before in HTML, because a browser would get confused. Okay, I have done this several times, and every time when I wanted to display the less than sign, if I just write the less than sign here like this, and I save this and go back here and refresh this, it never used to display me a less than sign. But now browsers have upgraded themselves. The reason why the less than sign used to not get displayed before is that if this file is displayed on the browser knows that after the less than sign here, whatever follows, let us say something like this. Okay, and this, I want to display this as it is, but the browser will misunderstand this to be a tag, because all tags, you all know that it starts with a less than sign. All tags, you know that you take any tag you take, the HTML tag, the head tag, title, body, the strong tag, the H1 tag, any tag you take, it always starts with a less than sign. So the moment the browser encounters a less than sign, it knows that there is some tag starting. It will not display that as it is. When I requested this page, when I double clicked and opened this page, slash body, did it display this body tag? It did not display, because it knows that it has to apply this tag. If there is something like H1 tag, let us say there is something called as an H1 tag, okay, slash H1. If there is something called as an H1 tag, I save this, file, save, I come here, I refresh. You know that E and WME, whatever this is, okay, it's getting displayed in Heading. Why? Because the browser has applied this tag on this text. The browser has applied this tag on this text. The browser knows that whatever is between this tag has to be displayed with bold and big. So if, let us say, in your page somewhere, if there is a less than sign, the browser knows that all tags start with a less than sign, and it will get misunderstood, and it will think that it is some sort of a tag. But since you still want to display a less than sign, okay, less than sign, I want to exactly display a less than sign, and then I want to display, let us say, em. Okay, let us say I want to display only this much. Okay, right now, file, save, I come back here, I refresh this. Okay, don't worry about this right now. So now I'll come to my point. What I was trying to tell you people is that, let us say I want to display em. I want to display exactly this on my web page. Now I think I know how to convince you people. Let us say I want to exactly display this em. I don't want to apply this tag, but I want to display this tag on my web page. I want to display it. When I request this page on the web, on the browser, when I request this page on the browser, file, save, I come here, I refresh, I want to display that tag, but you now saw that it is not displaying it. It is not displaying that tag. Why? Because the browser is applying that tag, it is not displaying it. If you want to display this tag, then what you have to do is you have to tell the browser that this, please don't apply this tag, but display this, rather display this on the web page, is what I want to tell the browser. How to tell that? We have to make use of something called as character entities. We have to make something called as character entities. Character entities is a short form of a particular symbol. Okay, for example, let us say you want to display the less than symbol. If you want to display the less than symbol on the web page, okay, if you write it like this, less than and em and then greater than sign, what will happen? It will apply this tag, but it will not display it. It will not display it on the web browser. So if I refresh this, you can see there is nothing coming. I've saved that file, I'm refreshing it. It is not displaying this exactly what is there. But if I want to display this on my web page, all I have to do is I have to use something called as a character entity. The character entity for displaying a less than sign is this, ampersand LT semicolon. So when the browser encounters this ampersand LT semicolon, it knows that it has to display a less than sign. It knows that it has to display a less than sign. Then after this, what you want? You want em to come. So you write that. And then after that, you want the browser to display a greater than sign. To display a greater than sign, the character entity that we use is ampersand GT semicolon. Okay. Now, what is this from here to here? Ampersand LT semicolon will display a less than sign. See, remember, for every special symbol, there is a special character entity. If you want to display a less than sign, you have to write ampersand LT semicolon. If you want to display greater than sign, ampersand GT semicolon. And in between, what you want is EM. Okay, let us see what will happen. So file, save, I come here, refresh. Now you can see that it displays me that less than sign, EM, and greater than sign. So exactly what I wanted is displayed here. If I directly use this, it will not display it. Why? Because the browser will think that it has to be applied, not displayed, obviously. So that's why we use character entities like this to display special symbols on a web page. So which are the different types of character entities available? We will see that. If you want to display a less than sign, we have to use ampersand LT semicolon. If you want to display a greater than sign, then we use ampersand GT semicolon. If you want to display a copyright symbol like this, sometimes you must have seen that on web pages, you will see that there is sometimes this type of a symbol that is displayed. So if you want to produce this type of a symbol, then you use ampersand copy semicolon, ampersand COPY semicolon. If you want to display a euro sign, euro, then you write ampersand euro ampersand. Control C, I copy that. Okay, and then I will show you. Control V. So this is for the euro. This is for copy, all that. So file, save, I come here, I refresh. So you can see that it displays me my tag, it displays me the euro symbol, it displays me the copyright symbol, and so on. Okay, so these are the character entities which are to be used for displaying special symbols on the web page. Similarly, if you want to display trademark symbol, then we use ampersand trade semicolon. Okay, similarly, there are a lot of such character entities available. For example, if you want to display, let us say 1 by 2. If you want to display 1 by 2, half, normally 1 by 2 is half. If you want to display that, so we write ampersand frac frac 1 2 semicolon. File save. If I come here, if I refresh this, you can see that 1 by 2 will get displayed like that. So these are special symbols. If you want to display them, if you want to display these type of special symbols on your web pages, then you make use of character entities. You know how to display a semicolon. Okay, sorry, how to display a less than sign, we know this is how we do it. The greater than symbol, we know this is how we do it. Euro symbol, copyright symbol, trademark symbol, fraction, half if you want to display. Similarly, if you want to display 3 by 4, so you have to write frac 3 4 semicolon. Okay, if you want to display 1/4, so you have to write ampersand frac 1/4 semicolon. Remember, all character entities end with a semicolon. Okay, so file save. So if I come here, if I refresh this, you can see that it displays me half, 3/4, 1/4 and all that, because I'm using this frac character entities. Yeah, there is a question Viren Gowda is asking, what about 24 by 4? Now let us see if it is possible. I don't think so this is possible, because only some fractions are possible. Okay, the standard ones, 1 by 2, 3 by 4 and 1 by 4. Okay, now he's asking if I want a 24 by 4. So what I do is I put ampersand and then frac 24 and 4, something like that. If I put, let us see what will happen. I save this. I have to put a semicolon, of course. So I put a semicolon, I save that. File save. I come here, I refresh this. No, there is nothing called as frac 24 by 4. Okay, these are only the few fractions which are available. 1 by 2, 3 by 4, 1 by 4. These are the only standard fractions which are available. Okay, so this is what is the meaning of character entities. Now remember, in the examination they will ask you a question. Okay, in the examination they will ask you a question on these character entities. They will ask you, what are character entities? Explain any six character entities available in HTML. They will ask you this question for 4 marks. 4 marks, they will ask you this question, what are character entities? So you have to write for that character entities are that facility in HTML to display special characters on a web page. Example, if any tag has to be displayed with a less than and a greater than sign, we use ampersand LT semicolon ampersand GT semicolon for less than and greater than sign. Similarly, for displaying a euro symbol, a copyright symbol, a trademark symbol, a fraction symbol, all that you have to explain. Any 6 you have to explain. Just remember that you can take any 6. Fraction is not given here, but then okay, fraction is not given here, but you can remember that. I suddenly remember, that's why I told you. Okay, so this is about character entities. Next, after this comes lists. Okay, after this comes list. Let us see what is the meaning of a list. Okay, I hope character entities are clear. Now let us see what is the meaning of list. Now lists, from the name itself, it is clear that if you want to display on a web page some sort of a list, okay, then we make use of lists, the list tag of HTML. We use the list tag of HTML. Why do we use this? We use this because we want to list. For example, here only you can see, if let us say this is only a web page. First is unordered list. You can see that there is a bullet here. Second in the list is ordered list. Third in the list is definition list, like this. So in many of the cases, okay, in many of the cases, you must have seen that in a page somewhere, if you want to display some list, you always have numbers. First is this, second is this, third is that, like that. So if you want to display a list on a web page, we make use of list. There are 3 different types of lists: unordered lists, ordered lists, and definition list. Let us first understand what is the meaning of unordered list and ordered list. Okay, unordered lists are those lists which will not display any numbers. Unordered list is the list which will not display any numbers beside the list items, but it will display bullet points. It will display bullet points. Bullets like this. You can see this square bullet is there. Square bullet is there. Here also there is a square bullet like that. If you want to display a list with bullet points, you have to define an unordered list. If you want numbers to come instead, numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, so you have to define an ordered list. Ordered list is with numbers, unordered list is with bullet points. Now let us directly take an example. Instead of all this, let us directly take an example. Okay, my web page is this, so I write in the H2 heading 2. I'll write these are my friends. Okay, these are my friends, I write, and then H2 I write. Okay, then I want to start an unordered list. So how to start an unordered list? We write ul represent unordered list, ul unordered list, and then you want to write some items inside it. So li, okay, I write, let us say x y z slash li. My first list is over. Then li, the second, abc slash li. Let us say the third friend of mine is li. I write pqr. Okay, and then again one more li I write. Okay, let us say x, xyz is already there, so thm, something like that. Okay, something. So I'm listing all my friends here, and then finally I close the unordered list. I close the unordered list. File, save. So you have to remember only two tags here, ul tag and li tag. Li is list item, ul is unordered list. Okay, let us see how this will appear. Okay, so file, save. I go back to my program, I refresh this. You can see it. You can see that these are my friends, and you can see xyz, abc, pqr, thm, and this also is appearing bold. Why? Because what I did was I started h2 and then I should have closed it. No, but I've written h2 only. So now I think it will come. File, save. Only the heading will come this, and this will come small. Yeah, now you can see these are my friends xyz, abc, and you can see that these appears like points, bullets like this. Why it is appearing like bullets? It is because it is unordered list. It is unordered list. That's why it is coming as bullets. Now let us display an ordered list. Ordered list means if you want numbers, so you have to just change this ul to ol. Ol is ordered list. File, save. So ordered list, and then li will remain the same, no problem. In case of ordered list, you have to write ol. In case of unordered list, you have to write ul. Okay, so remember that. So file, save. I come here, I refresh this. Now you can see that my list, beside the list there are numbers which has come 1 2 3 4 like that. So when I use ol, ordered list, the list items will have numbers 1 2 3 4 like that. I can have any number of items in my list. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this. So I pasted that. I just copied and pasted the same thing again. Save. So when I refresh this, you can see it, the number went up till 8. The number went up till 8. So you can see this is the meaning of ordered list and unordered list. Now remember, in the examination, this is another very important. Mark this as important. Lists 100% every time there was a question. 6 marks they ask this question. For 6 marks they ask you, what are lists in HTML? Explain the different types of lists of HTML. So you have to say that lists, if in our web page, if you want to display list of items, then we make use of lists. There are 3 different types of lists: ordered list, unordered list, and definition list. Unordered list is that which will display bullet points beside it. Then you can write that code and explain. Okay, you have to write only, remember, ul tag, the ul tag. Then you have to write ordered list is that list which will display numbers beside the list items 1 2 3 4 like that. And then you have to use the ol tag. And for the list item you have to use li tag only. Li, remember, list item. Now, what is the meaning of definition list? Definition list is the list which is used for displaying a list of definitions, some paragraph and a heading, some paragraph and a heading. So how do we do that? We write DL, definition list. Okay, now let us see definition list. Yeah, this is another example. Okay, there is an example given, ul, li, all that, and this li can contain the link, all that. It can contain a href also. Okay, remember, the list item can contain even links, images, and all that also it can contain. Now ol is ordered list, unordered list, all that. You can see the output also here. Yeah, now let us, definition list is not given, but I know this is how it looks like. Definition list, dl there is something called as DD. I hope this is how it looks like, because it's been a long time that I have used it. So I have a heading here, then I have something called as DL, which will tell me that this is the start of the definition list. Then every definition list item will have a heading, and then the items will be there. Now let us see what will happen if I do this. File, save. I come here, I refresh. No, that is not how it actually appears. Definition list. It's not given also. Okay, no problem. I will do one thing. I will give you the example of definition list in the next class. Okay, but I hope you understood what is the meaning of unordered list and what is the meaning of ordered list. Unordered list will display bullet points, and ordered list will display you the numbers. Now, one example which is given here, you can just have a look at this. You can just have a look at this example here. You can see that you have UL and LI, and then you can see here this is how it is the output of that this particular code. So you have these bullets appearing here because it is UL, and the first item is actually a hyperlink because there is ahref here. Okay, there is ahref, so that's why the first item is a link. Second item is about us, products, contact us, and so on. Now let us go to ordered list. Okay, in ordered list you can see it starts with an OL tag, then you have LI, introduction, background, my solution, all that. So introduction, background, my solution, third point. And then the LI, the fourth LI, fourth list item is actually another ordered list, So you can start another ordered list, OL. So there is a sub list. So you can have it like this also, fine, no problem. Okay, you can have it one tab inside. So one particular LI item of the list can be another list. One item of the list can be another list. So this is an example of that. So this is an example of the ordered and unordered list. So please go through this example. And I have already told you that in the examination, they will ask you a question. Like, what are lists? Why do we use it in HTML pages? Explain the different types of lists available in HTML. So you have to say ordered, unordered, and definition. Definition list example, I will give it to you in the next class. Okay, so I think there is only 3 minutes remaining. The next thing that is there is semantic structure of the elements. Now HTML5, I told you that HTML has undergone a lot of evolution. First, when it started, it was completely unstructured. It was very flexible. People used to use it. Then came XHTML, which was a little strict. Okay, some standard was set. Like if anybody wants to write an HTML document, they were supposed to follow some strict rules. Every document should be started with document type. All the tags should be in all small case letters. Tags should be nested properly. And all that, lot of rules were applied. Otherwise, this were not there before. Then came HTML5. HTML5 is the latest version of HTML. Now, what happens here is that in HTML5, proper structure of the document is defined. They say that in HTML5, every HTML document should have a header section, should have a footer section, should have a navigation section. Like that, they have given a structure to the HTML document. So that is what we have to understand. We have to understand the HTML5 structure. We have to understand HTML5 semantic structure of the elements. We have to understand this, remember. So what is the structure? We have to understand that in HTML5. Okay. So in HTML5, proper structure was defined and everybody was supposed to follow this strictly. If at all I am writing an HTML5 document, I am supposed to follow this structure strictly. Otherwise, I will not be able to call my website as an HTML5 website, and it will not execute also on the browsers. Okay, so we will see what is the structure of this HTML5 document in the next class. Okay, we will see this in the next class, how to write this HTML5 document. So in the next class, I'm going to start with definition list, and then I'm going to explain to you the structure of HTML5 semantic web page. Okay, so we will stop here today. If you have any questions, all that, please go through the video, and then you can